I'm Rich Dibbins, the Integration Commercial Manager here at InfoTrack. I'm joined by my wonderful colleague, Kelly. I think you're on that side, or you might be on that side, I'm not sure. Kelly is our Knowledge Manager, and she is essentially going to walk you through the digital AP1 change that has come into force as of late last year. Well, it's going to be coming formally into force later this year, but the big change was around April. We will touch on the integration aspect that we have with our CMS partners. If you have any questions, just simply click the Q&A box and pop them in there and we will get those answered for you. But yes, without further ado, so this is purely for the Lawnet members. So hello to everybody who's probably seen me previously at the many conferences, which fingers crossed happens later this year. I'm looking forward to it. So what's happened? So in April 2021, the Land Registry took a giant leap moving forward, basically moving away from paper-based products. They launched the Electronic Digital Registration Service, or EDRS, as if we need more acronyms within the legal industry. More than 100,000 applications have been received through this service. Requisitions on basic errors are down 25%, and applications are processed and completed in half the time of an uploaded application. So what does this mean for law firms? Simply put, it's going to save you time and reduce your risk. From November this year, the Land Registry will no longer accept scanned or PDF copies of AP1 changes to existing titles via their portal. Now, the good news is InfoTrack already has something in place for you, and we have done for some time now. So you'll be able to use our AP1 service, meaning no one needs to reinvent the wheel. So no custom development, no forking out thousands of pounds to build something in-house. We've got something that just works. Secondly, you can take advantage of the integration, as our AP1 product, same with all our other products, integrate into over 10 CMS partners. If you want to know who those partners are, just simply go to the InfoTrack website, click on the second one along, it will say integrations, and you'll see all our partners that we integrate with. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Kelly, who's going to walk you through the AP1 element and go through some Q&A with you. Go grab your teas, your coffees, and your biscuits now. And Kelly, over to yourself.
Thanks very much, Rich. Yes, so I'm Kelly Cutler here at InfoTrack. As Rich mentioned, I'm just going to go through the upcoming changes and then I'll go into our AP1 digital offering. So I'm just going to switch my camera off because I'm sure you'd rather see the presentation than my face. So here we go. Right, so the Land Registry digital AP1 mandate. So from November 2022, we will no longer accept scanned or PDF copies of AP1s for changes to existing titles using the Land Registry portal. Actually, up to 80% of AP1 submissions involve uploading physical paper documents. So what does that mean? So that means, the Electronic Document Registration Service, so the EDRS, are a PDF or a scanned form which are uploaded onto the system for it to be read and reviewed by a caseworker as part of a manual process. The Digital Registration Service, the DRS, is when information is added in as data in predefined fields, but actually capturing it this way allows the system to read the data and check for any errors. So no EDRS, we're moving to the DRS. So why are the Land Registry going digital? They are going digital because there are current manual process delays and costs, high number of requisitions, high volume of support calls, so long waits and poor service, lack of requisition management tool, and to protect the register's data integrity. So what does it mean for the industry? It means quicker processing times, digitalization of the process, online guidance for submissions, fewer errors and reduction in requisitions, and the opportunity for further innovation. So things a law firm need to consider with this change. Change management, so change challenges, so you get ahead of the change and not to get stuck in the backlog. Staff training catered to individuals, and ongoing real-time support. So again, Registrations will be digital only, so no paper or PDF forms. Software suitability, so you need to consider your integration, and the ability to directly liaise with the caseworkers. And then from a compliance point of view, you have audit trail and how to report to regulators, full firm visibility of all matters, including requisition management tool, and key dates automation. So what are your solutions? The new digital process through the Land Registry DRS service, or a Land Registry partner integrated through the business gateway like InfoTrack. So just to give you some stats on InfoTrack, we're actually Land Registry's key business partner and biggest user. We've been doing digital AP1 since 2016. We have 6 years of continuous software improvement. We have 30% requisition reduction, and we do over 550k submissions a year. So digital AP1s, what does that look like? So you get full guidance and expert support for every application. Form flexibility, so multiple forms in one application, so shared ownership staircasing matters as an example. Integrated with leading CMS as well as lender panels. One-page form pre-populated and linked to HMRC's STLT5 and electronically signed deeds. And our unique AP1 dashboard, so application overview that has auditing tools, requisitions, and cancellations. So what are we doing going forward? We're going to continue to invest in more experts for additional support. We're going to continue to expand our integration partners. We're going to add new lender management panels. And we're going to continue to reinvest back into the system. And there's just one of our testimonials from one of our long-standing clients that actually uses both our post-completion services and has done for a very long time. So now I'm going to move on to walking you through InfoTrack's end-to-end digital AP1 submission and management software. So I'm just going to switch screens. There we go. So AP1 can be found in the post-completion workflow, naturally sitting behind the STLT, where we similarly integrate with the HMRC, allowing you to digitally submit your stamp duty returns. So using both the post-completion services allows you to submit these in under 5 minutes. As I've mentioned, InfoTrack released our AP1 product back in 2016, and we continue to work very closely with the Land Registry to develop the business gateway services across the Land Registry services. What you see here is our latest AP1 software, which has been built with the aim to make your post-completion process faster, more accurate, and reduce the potential for unnecessary requisitions. So here is our smart interactive one-page form. And like all InfoTrack products, your matter reference tells us about information already contained within your matter. So depending on whether you're accessing InfoTrack from a case management system, or depending on the orders you've already placed with us, we can populate up to 90% of your AP1 for you. This is so important when it comes to reducing the time it takes to complete your AP1, removing the need to rekey information and reducing the potential for missed information. On this matter, I've already ordered a register, submitted my STLT return. So as we work through the form, you'll be able to see how much information is already pre-populated for you. All required fields are asterisk, so you won't be able to submit your application with any missing information. Registration type is our first required field. So for Land Registry portal customers, you should be used to selecting the registration type. But if you're unsure as to the registration type relevant to your application, head over to our FAQs for definitions, plus lots of other AP1 tips and tricks. But today I'm going to be running through a simple discharge, transfer and charge application affecting the whole of the title. So dealing is my relevant registration type. Our matter has already pre-populated over. Our title is already pre-populated over, and we're able to add on further titles if needed. And we're actually also able to verify the address for you, reducing the risk of cancellation of your application due to an invalid title. We've also pre-populated the local authority and the postcode, so we can now move on to selecting the priority applications we're looking to change the register with. So simply select the drop down to see the wide range of application types easily identifiable with their form code and description. We also organise applications into common forms and form bundles, making it quick and easy to select common applications like discharge, transfer and charge. Just like most forms, our AP1 form is about working left to right, top to bottom, and reviewing the information from your file and documents and completing the relevant fields. We also integrate with Sign It for Deeds product. So where your deeds have been electronically signed, on selecting yes, we'll automatically look for and upload your conveyancer's certificate into supporting documents. If your deeds are not signed electronically, then you can simply upload them here and confirm their certification. For those who are integrated with case management systems, you'll be able to select the files associated with this matter only. If you need to move the order in which your application type should be registered or removed from the title, simply drag and drop. There's no limit on the number of applications you could submit in one AP1. And if you can't find an application that matches your deed, you would simply select the AP1 change, the register from the drop down, upload your deed and proceed to the next section. We'll automatically calculate your lead application fee using the pre-populated consideration value from your STLT submission. So no need to use a fee scale or a calculator, it's already there for you. We'll also automatically attach your STLT5, reducing the risk of it being forgotten and a requisition being raised. So here in supporting documents, you'll be able to upload any supporting file like consent forms, power of attorneys, countersigned documents, and so on in one place. So they're all there for you. And all along the right-hand side, we've added some handy guidance when completing the sections plus tips to help reduce common requisitions. For new users that may be starting to submit without any prior knowledge of the paper AP1, these guides can really help users better understand the sections and the land registry's requirements. Now we're going to move on to the party details. And here we've split what traditionally was panel 13 into 3 manageable sections: applicants, proprietors, and other parties. As missing or incorrect party information is a common cause of requisitions, we wanted to group information in a way where you can move through the sections consciously, ticking off the required fields from left to right without having to jump around the form or click through multiple pages. So all you need to do here is simply add in the lender. We've got the applicant's name that's pulled through, we've got the lodging conveyancer, and we know it's a transferee and a borrower. So all you need to do is simply add in the lender here. And that should automatically look for the address that you need. So it populates their address straight through. We can also confirm our details as the lodging conveyancer. So if your firm's process is for support staff to create the AP1 and then the conveyancers lodge the application, you can basically select the lodging conveyancer from a list of users within your firm here, and you can update their contact details here if needed. Now we can move on to the proprietors section. We call it this because we know there is a transfer being lodged, and so a registered proprietor will be a transferor. As we've ordered the register on this matter, we're able to populate the proprietors' names here. We're also able to populate the conveyancer's details from the STLT submission, and again associate the borrower roles for the discharge application and transferor for the transfer. And if there are any other parties, you can add them in this section here. So if you have a power of attorney or beneficiary, you can simply add them under this section. I'm just going to add in the lender name here. So simply on this particular section, the task is to similarly just review the application and make sure all the roles are correct. So we have the 2 borrowers and the lender for the discharge, the transferee and the 2 transferors for the TR1, and then the borrower and the lender for the new charge. All that's left to do is to complete the address for service for the applicants, and you can enter the address for service for each proprietor yourself, including their postal, email, or DX address here. And we've put the disclosable overriding interest is defaulted to no for ease. And again, that's to speed up the time it takes to complete the form. And here is what I like to call an integration within an integration. So if you're integrated with us for LMS for mortgage offers, you can link your application to your LMS case number and will automatically send them your submission receipt and then completion of registration details once your application is complete. Here, this is like we have full form flexibility. So if you have any complex matters or any notes that you need your caseworker to be aware of, everything can be added into this notes section right here for you. Finally, at the bottom of the form is where you can confirm the credentials used to submit the application. These should be stored in your InfoTrack settings, but on occasions where your land registry EDRS account changes, so say you update the password, you can update them here as well. And you can also include any third-party recipient information here for all correspondence about the application. So you can simply select a colleague from the drop-down or select other user to manually enter the details. You then can submit that straight to Land Registry, or you can save and print. I'm now going to show you our AP1 dashboard that comes with the AP1 form. So what we have here, if I switch to all, is all the submissions that have been put through. You can filter them using these boxes at the top. So whether there's a requisitions acknowledged, completed, requisitions outstanding, you can filter through using those buttons here. We also have this new export feature, which allows you to put your submissions all into a spreadsheet, which you can filter through for any auditing purposes. So I'm going to select requisition acknowledged. So what this actually allows you to do is it gives you a direct messaging service directly to your caseworker at Land Registry, which I'll go through in 2 seconds. So here we have the document that's been lodged. We have the day list where you can check any pending registrations against the title, all the related files against the AP1. And here again, you can add any other additional recipients if needed. If I go to the requisitions, you'll receive a submission receipt. And any requisitions or any messages from the caseworker will come in directly here. You can actually acknowledge, so update any internal notes. You can request HMLR further action, so whether you would like an update. And you can send that straight to the caseworker, and you can also have the facility to look at our FAQs as well for any further support. And then you can respond to the requisition directly here. So you can free type to the caseworker with anything that you need to make them aware of, or if you have a question. But we know panel 13 can be a real pain point, and we know that's what a lot of the requisitions may come back on. So what we've got here is these regenerate details. So it may be that there's a spelling mistake or the party roll is incorrect. So you can actually make the amendments here. And what that will do is it will put it in a format that we know the Land Registry will accept. Obviously reducing any further requisition. And again, you can free type straight to the caseworker. You can add in any additional parties, and you can upload any further supporting documents straight from here and send that straight to your caseworker. Along with the dashboard also comes our calendar. So that will give you all the AP1 cancellations, any OS priority expiries. You can also select the calendar and have a complete overview should you need to see what's coming up. And that is our AP1 offering. Back to you, Rich, with any questions that might be raised.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Kelly. Yes, we've had a couple of questions come in, so let me just quickly bring these up. First one, Kelly, am I limited to the number of titles I can submit in an AP1? In one AP1, sorry.
No, so you're not formally limited to the number of title numbers you can include in one submission, no.
Excellent. Another one, how do I pay the registration fee? That one's come up a couple of times.
Yeah, so your registration fees are usually direct debited from your Land Registry account and linked to your EDRS credentials, so that's exactly the same.
Brilliant. Can I lodge first registrations digitally?
So no, the Land Registry still require the first registrations be submitted by the post because there's no title number that has been generated.
Excellent. And lastly, how do I know whether I have an EDRS credentials?
You just need to check your Land Registry account.
Brilliant, thank you. Those are the questions we've had so far. If you do have any other questions, just pop them in the chat box, sorry, in the Q&A box here. While those questions might be popping in, just to give you an idea of the integration between InfoTrack and our CMS partners, they do vary. Some charge, some don't. InfoTrack, from our point of view, 99% of the integrations we don't charge for. But in terms of the features and functionality, the first one is pre-population of data. This is where basically with the automatic population of data pulled directly through from the CMS partner into InfoTrack. It's what we call a single source of truth. Minimizes risk and reduces the amount of times you're rekeying in data. You don't have to go to multiple websites to get the information through. Document return, any searches, documents, or information ordered through from InfoTrack is pulled directly back into the CMS. Again, this does vary from certain CMS partners. But what this helps is, if this is feature available with your partner, is you don't have to go through your downloads folder, you don't have to go through your Outlook folder, it just automatically pulls that information across. Alerts, we don't have this with every CMS partner, but alerts allows users to view all orders that have been placed or made through the integration. And our unique dashboards also help with real-time alerts relating to more of the searches. And then lastly, the other feature is the financial integration. So this one proved very popular with a few CMS partners that we have. So posting slips can be generated with the full transaction related order information and either posted directly to the client ledger or on order or await approval on a line by line basis. So if you're not sure, basically just go to the integrations page. You'll see all the partners that we integrate with. But if you want to know more about the features and functionality, either about the AP1 element or the integration, just simply email sales@infotrack.co.uk, and either your account manager or a member of the team will be able to come back to you and let you know. While I've been talking about that, we just had a question come in, Kelly. On the AP1 dashboard, is there a facility to give you a timescale on when you might get the completed registration back? That's a good question.
No, that's actually coming. So I haven't got a time frame for that just yet, but that is actually coming onto our dashboard soon. Yes.
Fantastic. Excellent. So that won't be coming shortly, and we can update everybody as and when that's going to be released. If there's no other further questions, you've got essentially 7 minutes to go make a cup of coffee. If you bill in 6-minute increments, you've got a free couple of minutes spare. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. This webinar will be available on demand in the next few days. We'll put it on YouTube and we'll send you the links. But like I said, any questions around the AP1 or the integration with our partners, sales@infotrack.co.uk. Thank you very much. Goodbye.